In the rhythm of Church's liturgical year, August 22nd quietly crowns the great Marian celebrations of August with a jewel, the feast of the Queenship of the Blessed Virgin Mary, nestled just 1 week after the solemnity of the Assumption. This feast invites the faithful to contemplate a deeply beautiful mystery, Mary, the humble handmaid of the Lord, gloriously crowned as Queen of Heaven and Earth. This title, Queen, is not given lightly. It is the fruit of her singular cooperation in God's saving plan, her intimate relationship with Jesus Christ, and the glory that flows from her perfect discipleship. The feast is not simply about titles or honors. It is about the profound truth of love and grace that exalts the lowly. To understand the Queenship of Mary, we begin not with Mary but with Jesus Christ, who is hailed in Scripture and tradition as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. His kingship is not political but eternal, spiritual, and redemptive. From the throne of the cross, he reigned, conquering sin and death by love. If Christ is King, then Mary, his mother, shares in his glory, not as a rival or equal, but as the Queen Mother, a figure deeply embedded in biblical tradition. In the ancient kingdoms of Israel, it was not the wife of the king but his mother who held the title of queen. One poignant example comes from 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 19, where King Solomon rises to greet his mother Bathsheba, bows before her and sets a throne for her at his right hand. The Church has long seen in this moment a prefiguration of Christ and Mary. As the new Solomon, Jesus raises his mother to heavenly honor, enthroning her beside him, not only as his beloved mother, but also as queen and intercessor for the people of God. While the New Testament does not explicitly call Mary Queen, the imagery is unmistakable. The book of Revelation offers a powerful vision. A great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. This apocalyptic vision has long been interpreted by the Church as pointing both to Israel, the Church, and especially to Mary, the woman who bore the Messiah and now reigns gloriously in heaven. Her crown, formed of 12 stars, reflects both her royal dignity and her communion with the people of God, Israel, and the Church. Mary's journey to queenship began with her yes in Nazareth. Let it be done to me according to your word, in Luke chapter 1 verse 38. That humble consent, freely given, opened the door to the incarnation. She bore Jesus in her womb, nurtured him in silence, and stood by him in suffering. At Calvary, Jesus gave her to us as our spiritual mother. Behold, your mother. That is in John chapter 19 verse 27. But her role did not end with earthly life. At the conclusion of her earthly journey, the Church teaches that Mary was assumed body and soul into heaven, a dogma proclaimed in the year 1950 by Pope Pius XII. Just 1 week later, we celebrate her heavenly coronation, completing the picture of her glorification and union with her Son. In the liturgy, this Memorial Day invites the faithful to reflect on Mary's role in heaven as a motherly queen, not distant or aloof, but intimately concerned with her children on earth. She continues to intercede, guide, and protect those who call upon her with trust. Unlike earthly royalty that may seek power or prestige, Mary's queenship is one of love, humility, and service. Her glory comes from her perfect conformity to God's will and her total surrender to grace. In every apparition, every prayer of the Church, she appears not as a sovereign demanding homage, but as a mother offering guidance, a queen who bends low to comfort her children. As Pope St. John Paul II beautifully said, Mary is queen by grace, by divine relationship, by conquest, and by the singular choice of the Father. Devotional art often portrays Mary with a crown of stars, a royal mantle, and sometimes seated beside Christ the King. These are not mere adornments, they are rich in meaning. The crown points to her spiritual authority, the stars to her cosmic role in salvation, and the throne to her closeness with the King. On this feast day, we are encouraged to pray the glorious mysteries of the Rosary, especially the faith and the coronation of Mary as Queen of Heaven. O Mary, Queen of Heaven and Earth, you who were crowned with glory by your Son, look kindly upon your children. Teach us to say yes to God as you did. Rule our hearts not by command but by love. Intercede for us, guide us, and lead us ever closer to Jesus. The Feast of the Queenship of Mary is not just about honoring Mary, it is about honoring God who exalts the lowly and fills the hungry with good things. And Mary's queenship shows us what God desires for all His children, to share in His glory through faith, love, and obedience. Her crown is not made of gold but of grace, humility, and perfect love, the same virtues we are invited to wear in our daily lives. As Queen, Mary does not replace Christ, she magnifies Him, and in her we see the Church's destiny, glorified, radiant, reigning with Christ in eternity.